Yeah, good to see you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Sachin. How are you?
Yeah, fine, sir. How about you, sir?
Very good, thank you.
Yes.
So the live stream is already started.
Mm.
Um, Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ashok Veda. I'm a lead mentor for DataMites. I have Sachin with me today. Sachin has successfully cleared his successfully got a job. He is joining DatasparkAI Solutions Private Limited, Chennai. So Sachin, you are from Chennai, or you have done the course?
No, no, sir. I'm from Karnataka only.
Hmm.
I done course also in DataMites
So
Bangalore.
you decided to go to Chennai.
Yes, I'm relocate to Chennai.
Relocate. Yeah, it's good to start with
Yeah.
where. So he has done a CDS offline batch in Bangalore. 26th June is your batch. So it's approximately now 8 to 9 months. So
Yes.
once you finished it, you got it almost, right?
Yes.
11 months. 11 months. Yeah. So I have Sachin with me to share his experience. Sachin, congratulations to start with.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. And I want to thanks about my pet team and you, sir.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Sachin, I would like to know your academics, your profile before you started pursuing this. We'll start with that. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. My name is Sachin Oti. I am from Vijaypur district, Karnataka. I graduate from BLD Engineering College with degree in Information Technology in 2023. After my graduation, I joined DataMites Training Institute. In that, I learned technical skills. So after that, I done internship. Then I got using this placement team support. So I got job now.
Okay. So how was your programming knowledge before you chose this track?
In during engineering period, I know some basic of Python, sir. So
Mhm.
after that, joining DataMites, I know some machine learning concepts, statistics, SQL, and Power BI concepts. These all are concept after joining the DataMites, I know.
Okay. So because your engineering is in information technology,
Yeah.
so you have a IT background, right? You know programming language,
Yes.
things of the programming language. Okay. Uh, Good. So why do you want to come to data science field? What motivated you?
In engineering period only, I want to more interesting about data, how to build using algorithms. So in final year of engineering, we did some projects also based on machine learning. That's it motivates to me to learn more about in data science.
So you have done some projects in data related in engineering. That's
Yeah.
one of the reasons you wanted to pursue this. Okay.
Yes.
So how was your experience? So you decided to join and you found DataMites. You enrolled for DataMites Certified Data Scientist course. Is that
Yes.
correct? You're from
Yes.
CDS.
Yes, sir. CDS.
And then the major three topics in data science: statistics, Python, and machine learning, apart from many other topics. So could you explain your learning experience? How did you learn these three topics?
Yes. Initially, my joining date, I know some Python basic concept, but I don't know some machine learning. These after joining DataMites, one of my lead team class mentor, Nikhil Nisarga sir, he told explain everything smoothly, and
Okay.
we learned most.
Okay. So Nikhil was your mentor.
Yeah, Nisarga Nikhil sir.
Nisat Nikhil. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. So
Yeah.
how did you find statistics? Because you don't have base background in statistics, right? You have a bit of Python, but not
Yeah.
statistics. How do you find statistics?
Statistics, Priyamshu sir told that he explained very well. And after that, one of my statistics book, like data might only give that statistics book. In
Mhm.
that book, everything I cover, sir.
Okay, so you got the book for it's a hard copy book, right? That's what
Ah,
you.
yes, sir. Hard copy book.
Okay, so you haven't studied anything more than that. That is
Uh,
good enough.
I watch some YouTube videos and other resources. But that is books is enough, sir, to learn statistics. It's good book.
Very good. Um, how about machine learning? What's your experience with machine learning?
Uh, Machine learning, initially I know some concept like basic concepts. After my class mentor, he said concepts nice, and we did some capstone projects based on machine learning and deep learning also. So machine learning is good, sir.
Okay, who taught you the machine learning?
Nisarga Nikhil only.
Okay, and statistics, who taught statistics?
Priyamshu, sir.
Priyanshu sir. Okay. And Python?
Kalpana ma'am.
So these are the three mentors you work with, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, Sachin, how many hours you spend per day? Usually, like you have almost 7, 8 months of your course, right? How many regularly? What's your number of hours you spend per day?
Sometimes I spent more than 4 hours. Sometimes it's 1 hour, 2 hour. It depends.
Okay, so on average, it's about 2 hours.
Yeah, sir. Average daily 2 hours minimum.
Okay, okay, that's very good. So you're full time into studies, right? You're not doing anything parallel.
Yeah, sir. Full time, and also we daily visit DataMites Institute and study there only.
Okay, so you studied in the center. Your offline batch, right? Your
Yeah,
classroom
after.
lab.
Yes,
You
sir.
studied here. Okay. Okay, that is good. Any other resources you told? Mostly DataMites hard copy books are good enough, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you find it useful uh, for reading?
Apart from that, nowadays recently all companies they are asking about LLM concepts and LangChain, generative AI concepts.
Gen
So
AI.
we should to learn by using YouTube, other resource and those things.
We started doing it. We have extra classes being conducted for Gen AI and LLMs.
Yes.
Maybe your phase two have already completed. Now, if you look at, we have a schedule for Gen AI and LLMs.
Yes.
That's good. You already cleared it, so you don't have to learn it. You can learn in the real life now. That is good. Okay. So after you complete your phase two, how was your phase three? Who are your batchmates? You do projects together with two more people, isn't it? Three people is a
Yeah,
normal.
yes, sir.
So who are your batchmates? What kind of projects you have done in the phase three
Uh,
of the course?
in We got 4 capstone projects, sir. The 4 capstone projects like house price prediction and rice leaf disease detection, skin disorder.
Hmm.
After that, we got on client project as a customer churn prediction. So we did very well, sir. Like we got grade also
What's your grade?
A+.
Oh, okay, that's very nice. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
Wonderful. What was your job ready score? You attended mock interviews as well, right? Before you go to the actual
yes,
interviews. What was your job ready score?
5.9, sir.
Oh, wonderful. So you're near to 6. Very good. And
Yes,
that's the minimum you needed for going into the pad, right? That's
yes,
the process here. Okay. What kind of interviews you attended before you cracked this job?
yes. Before I attended 2 more interviews, it's offline.
Hmm?
So in that, they are also asked some basic questions and some technical questions like real world problems, how to solve. So there I didn't select. After that, I learned something resources and I cracked this interview.
Wonderful. Really good. Any experience you would share, like what kind of questions they've asked? How did you prepare for these interviews?
Yes, in this interview, they mainly asked about how ChatGPT will works and how to build chatbots and where we are using NLP applications, AI applications, and some machine learning basic questions. And mostly they asked about project related questions, how you did project and how to build real world project applications like those things.
When anyone asked you to do the coding there itself in interview?
No, sir. Only one company asked. That is also some
Okay.
basic coding question using data visualization code.
Okay. So they're not really into, mostly it's some application oriented questions and project related questions.
Yes.
Okay. Any tips? I mean, obviously you said projects. So it would be better to do many projects and also understand the project from a complete perspective, requirements, the data processing and stuff. Like, what is your, like, how did you prepare for interview from a project's perspective?
Initially, that in capstone project only we like steps are there, sir. How to end-to-end build project. So first, in DataMites, I learned pre-processing steps, data visualization, and building models using machine learning algorithms. So after that, last our sir said we deploy this project into AWS EC2 platform. So we did the
Okay.
end-to-end project.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's quite straightforward. So you're from information technology, and obviously you are interested in data science, kind of thing. So it took you about a year, few months less to actually get you to the job, right? And it's also very nice. You decided to move to Chennai. I
Yeah.
tell a lot of so I do have people, my own students who I mentored a few years ago. People want to have a job in the same location, right? Forget
Yes.
about city. There are people who even wanted in the same area, right? But it's really weird because people should be like you. When you
Yeah.
start, you should look at the kind of job, not the location, because maybe after 1 year, once you get the experience, you could go anywhere, right? You could actually switch jobs because you have
Yeah.
more experience. So uh, I would take you as I would like you to take as an inspiration for all the people who are inspiring to get it. It's important to start in a right work, then in the right location, because after a year or two, you can choose wherever you want to work because then you become a more senior person and you would have got a real-time experience.
Yeah.
So you're prepared to move to Chennai when you're joining?
June 3, sir.
You got a joining date, Sachin?
Yeah, sir. I got in offer letter only.
It's not that
Employment
far,
stamp.
isn't it? So,
It's near. Only 2 to 3 days left.
so I should warn you
Yeah, yeah,
from a
sir.
weather perspective, Chennai will not be kind towards you. So, isn't it?
Yeah, sir. I also heard about
So
Chennai
Bangalore
is
has a
hot.
very
I heard about
hot, but
Chennai is hot.
lucky you, the summer is kind of
It's
over, so
nice.
you haven't seen the worst. And probably by before next summer, you should be finding something in Bangalore. I don't say you should leave a company. I always say you should stay at least a year plus in any company.
Yes.
You probably experience the summer, but at least the beginning of your life in Chennai would not be difficult because the summer part is over now. So
Oh,
you should be fine.
yes.
Good. Sachin, a lot of your teammates are also now attending job interviews and stuff. I know that. I think some of
Yes.
you already cleared it. What's your suggestion for the people who are now preparing for the interviews? Because you are successful now, so there should be something you have special when compared to others who are still trying, right?
Yes.
What do you think is that? What's your message?
Mm. Continuous learning, sir. Continuous learning and daily study and do some Python coding questions. And after putting some hard work only, we will get some jobs. Otherwise, we will not get, sir. Still searching.
So okay, so your baseline is continuous study.
Yeah.
So consistent. When you say continuous, is essentially consistent study
Yes.
every day, putting X number of hours apart from what you learn from the classroom
Yes,
is
sir.
what is the message.
Yes.
I think it's a very similar message. Most of the people who crack their jobs and currently working as a data scientist, AI engineers, one thing which is very resonating or kind of like a common is consistency in your study, very disciplined, not wasting too much time in other activities, especially social media. A lot of the people I see struggle to find time because they're busy with the social media things, right? I'm not against social media, but at least 2 to 3 hours per day, if you can put it on studies, seriously. So it's when you say 2 to 3 hours, it's not distracted 2 to 3 hours. You're
Yeah.
not watching your notification or in shorts in between and again study for some time. No, it should be a very focused 2 to 3 hours because you should remember learning data science, artificial intelligence, AI in 6 months is not an easy task. It's a challenging by itself, right? If you want to learn properly. So you need to have a focused 2 to 3 hours, as Sachin says. on a daily basis to get to the level of skill level in which you can be hired in the market. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And I'll open the question and answer section. Anyone who would like to ask any questions, feel free to put it. If you are joining from Zoom, you can put it in the Zoom itself. If you're joining from LinkedIn or YouTube or any other channels, you can comment over there, and DataMites team will essentially convey this, copy paste it over here. Okay. Please go ahead. Any questions for Sachin or general questions regarding this? No questions. DataMites team, could you confirm? Okay, I have a Vishwas raising hands. Vishwas, you can ask. I think you should be able to speak now. Go ahead, Vishwas. Or if you want to type it down, you can. Yeah, very good. So share your interview experience is the question, but I think you already did. Maybe you can summarize very quickly. Share your interview experience.
Okay. In this interview, they asked mainly about NLP, machine learning basic concepts, and Python, and some how to build chatbot. Like those questions they will ask, and some project-based questions they will ask.
Wonderful. So it's mostly an LP kind of questions.
Yes.
Another question from previous company interview experience. So it's same.
Same, same, sir. They are also asking same questions.
I can give a generic answer for it. Most of the interviews, because I'm talking to all the success students, not only the people who are coming to these interviews, I speak to the people who are successful in general. And also I take a lot of interviews myself for my own firm and for my clients. We are more focused on real, like, your project experience, experience from an application perspective. When I was taking interviews, and the same with many other people who are hiring AI, ML folks, data science people, 5 years ago, we used to ask about how an algorithm works, how a random forest works. What is the formula for Gini coefficient or entropy? What's the objective function of support vector measure? These are the questions in 2019, 2020. Nowadays, we are not asking it because it doesn't make sense. You don't need to know all of this. You should know, but it doesn't really make a difference in the actual job. In your actual job, what makes difference is how do you handle the data? Do you have all the data related concepts clear, statistical concepts clear, and then how do you apply machine learning to the data to make models, and and a bit of deployment knowledge, because anyway you don't deploy normally, there'll be a separate team for it. But if you understand how they do it, you will work more freely with them. This is all you needed. So in a sense, strong fundamentals and then application oriented and a good knowledge on the projects which you have put on the resume. Most of your interview questions will be revolving around the projects you have mentioned in the resume. So whatever you put on the resume, you'll be very thorough of the entire project cycle, what you have done with the project. So that should be good enough for most of the interviews. How many mock, Likita has a question, how many mock interviews you have attended?
Only one, sir.
You cleared in first attempt and you got
Yes.
5.9. So that answers the question. Thank you very much. Okay. Now another question from Nikhil. It says it's a general question, not to Sachin. I'm pursuing data engineering with DataMites. Okay. I'm also working as a senior data analyst since 9 years. What would you suggest for the topics to be strong on? So, Sachin, data engineering, you should be good with the different services from Azure and AWS. Most of the things you look at, including your data transformation, ETL related tools, or building pipelines. The projects we see in the market usually uses AWS or Azure, right? Those are the two important things. So you should know the corresponding AWS and Azure tools in terms of building your data pipeline. So that's what mostly you do. And not just that, making sure it is secure and it is resilient and all that stuff. You have 9 years experience in data analysis, so I understand you have good knowledge about the data architecture. So data architecture is also really important. Ultimately, when you work in the real world as a data engineer, you're expected to have an architectural level knowledge about the data, where it is generated, where it is stored, how it is stored, right? How much is the latency? How can you fine tune it? And I can see most of the companies, big or small, medium, they're working on the data architecture itself, data strategy itself. They're redefining, not as a big bang, because some companies who try to completely change their data model, those projects did not work well. Even Fortune 100 companies, some of them failed doing a large scale projects. Now the approach for most of the companies is to pick the data which they needed for the models and try to redefine their architecture, maybe go to a different kind of databases, projects in a phased manner. So you probably work in those data related projects, or you are actually working on supplying data or streaming the data for the data scientists or AI engineers. Okay. So simple answer, good data architecture, and then the data transformation and pipeline tools. These are important for a good data engine. Okay. Apart from DataMites, how many projects you have done? That's another question.
I did
Yes.
5 projects, more than 5 projects, apart from DataMites.
More than 5 projects.
Yes.
Do 5, 10, 15. Where did you do this, Sachin? From which platform?
I would mainly use Jupyter Notebook and VS Code.
Okay, but where do you get the data on the project?
Kaggle, sir.
Okay, very good. So Kaggle, I'm about to say that Kaggle is the best source.
Yes.
And it's also important to look at the Kaggle solution from many other people. They'll post it, right? So
Yes.
not only your solution and you just check your leaderboard, that anyway we will do that. But apart from that, you'll also check the other solutions because they would have taken a different approach. That
Yes.
gives you different perspectives, right? A question from Shobit Tiwari. I gave one interview, but I cannot crack, sir. I'm preparing myself. I do learn all interview questions, please. I do more learn, tell me into experience. Okay, see, if you failed, you have to know where you failed. That's very important. Learn from your own experience first, right? Confidence is very important. And you should know that not every, like most of the people who are even the senior data scientists or AI engineers, they don't know everything. In fact, they only know the area they work on. So not knowing a concept or certain things is definitely not a problem. But well, if you put a loser face saying, oh, I failed the interview already, then you failed the interview. So if you are good with the high level project flow and main algorithms and you have done the projects well and confident, that is good enough. Most of the time, interviews are failed because candidates themselves feel that they failed and they probably don't answer the next questions probably. So what you have to remember, strong in basics, and also remember if you fail in multiple questions, even if you fail 30, 40% of the questions in interview, you're not able to answer it, it's fine because you don't have to remember anything nowadays. So it's your confidence of delivering the project is what matters. Okay. And if you can explain your projects well, that should be good enough. A question from Nikhil again. From coding perspective, how much coding is required? I just know formatting from different tools. How much coding is required, Sachin, from your perspective?
Till functions, it's enough, sir. In data science field, functions and some basic OOPS concepts it required.
So some basic concepts of OOPS, but we don't really, as a data scientist, do OOPS. Functions related to our data science, data manipulation, as well as the modeling, scikit-learn kind of packages is good enough. And of course, visualization packages. This question, can I get a remote job? Well, Sachin would have stayed in Bangalore if he gets a remote job. I think remote jobs are coming. Not many companies are offering. Maybe some startups do because of their infrastructure related issues. Big companies are the companies who are serious because cooperation happens better when you are there in the center. There are companies who provide 3 days work from office and rest work from home and stuff like that. Pure remote jobs, it's coming down. At least good companies are not offering it. Okay. That's a direct answer. I have a question from LinkedIn from Mallikarjuna. Whatever DataMites taught you, the same asked in interview. We are not leaking any papers, are we? So you tell me.
No, sir. Some ML concept, Python, these are same questions they will ask in interview time. But we want to learn some other also, not some other resource to you watch YouTube and
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
So you can work with ChatGPT. You can ask ChatGPT to test your statistics knowledge as an interviewer,
Yeah.
right? And then you can ask to set the difficulty levels. You can say ask difficult questions in statistics, easy questions in statistics, application related questions from statistics or machine learning. You spend more time with ChatGPT asking it to interview you, right? And if you fail to answer, ask ChatGPT to give the answer, and you just spend enough time. Who is that? Mallikarjuna. So you spend enough time, let's say 2-3 hours every day for a week or two. You should be perfect covering all the questions in the interview. ChatGPT can act like a personal mentor for you to prepare you. If there is something which ChatGPT cannot help you, you can always reach out DataMites mentors. But nowadays, more and more, ChatGPT is becoming a very personalized mentor. And you could set a more important thing. ChatGPT is just a LLM tool, so it doesn't get annoyed or
Yeah.
frustrated. You don't have to feel anything. If you're aggressive, if you want to study 10 hours, ChatGPT is with you. You can ask any kind of questions. So go with ChatGPT. I'm strongly recommending to prepare yourself for the interview. I have no more questions from either LinkedIn and YouTube, and there are no questions from Zoom as well. So then we are done. Sachin, thank you very much for taking time.
Thank you.
I wish you a very good luck with your with your company, DatasparkAI Solutions.
Yes.
And it's nice that they are working in LLMs. So that's kind of like one of the forefront field in AI now. If you get a good experience there, you'll become very valuable, right? I would wish you to contribute to this company more successful, which also brings good name for us, and it will help a lot of your colleagues and friends to also get jobs from the company. So I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for your time, Sachin.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All the people attending this call, thank you very much for attending. I hope this is helpful for you. If you have any further questions, you can reach me in the LinkedIn or Sachin or DataMites directly. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Yes.